All right, ladies and gentlemen, my highly esteemed diplomats, we're ready for the two persons, and that means we are good to go right now. Uh, I'm Ambassador Light Jeremiah. I'm here to co-host this meeting with one of our great leaders in Africa. You know, this guy has done well for himself and for his team, and I feel that he has enough experience to share with us on today's webinar. And for me, in Africa, we can work as one team, one big team. It doesn't matter where you belong to. All right, his name is Lawrence Enebe Lee. I fondly call Lorenzo the Great. That is actually the name. And of course, this is a great guide, an investor, a business guide who has been there for the past 12 years doing business and also sit in the board of some of tech companies. All right. And like I said earlier on, is also a diamond leader with us. And also, we was privileged to attend the Zeniq Smart Chain. Of course, some of us were invited, we couldn't attend it, so he was invited and he was able to attend. And he has so much to download for us to share with us tonight. And I feel this is the right time for us to get to know what is happening, where are we right now in the ecosystem of Zeniq, and where are we going? We need to be updated and be acquainted with the today's info about this business that we are doing, that we've come to receive. And I believe the information that we will be downloading tonight, we actually broaden our heart and open our heart and make some of us to actually go crazy about this business, because we've never had it this beautiful before. Ladies and gentlemen, my highly esteemed diplomats, without wasting much of your time tonight, join me in welcoming to the call tonight, the one and only, the Lorenzo the Great. Hello, sir.
Yes,
you are welcome to the call. God bless you, sir. You take over from there. Thank you. Nice having you tonight.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm glad to be in your midst. So I'll be sharing the experience from the Smart Chain, the updates, using a slide that was prepared specifically for that. So I want to thank Ambassador Light for coordinating Africans together who are promoting the Zeniq Sapphire ecosystem.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, so let me upload the slide in a form that to be very visible. Then I'll take it up. Okay, so confirm if my slide is is visible.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay. So I'll take probably 35 minutes to give us updates and my views at what happened on November the 13th this year at this Zeniq sponsored Smart Chain Forum at Amani Hotel, Burj Khalifa in Dubai. I was privileged to be there, and I spent a total of about a week having other meetings, further understand what has happened there. So I've been introduced already. My name is Lawrence Enebe. Friends and associates call me Lorenzo, and some call me Lorenzo the Great. So I've learned to answer all of those names. Before I met Zeniq, I've been involved in a few other businesses, spanning over 12 years already. I sit in the board of a few companies. I'm a wealth educator by heart, and I love business team leadership. Okay, so, but like everything we do in the financial world, we'll start with a disclaimer. Zeniq is a blockchain. Sapphire is the marketing and investment community builder. Anything involving technology is a human endeavor. So it may not be perfect. The timelines may not tally with when it was projected. There are reasons why things might delay, and so on. So anybody listening to us generally is advised to do his own due diligence and not take what we say as a financial advice. But for us who are already in, this is the best, for me personally, this is the cumulative best investment that gives passive income that I've been involved with till date. So I'm like somebody who has been climbing a staircase. And this particular one called Zeniq Sapphire ecosystem is the best in terms of ability to give me passive income and secure my future up to date. So Just a summary of the Zeniq ecosystem. Most of us are familiar with this already. Everything runs around the Zeniq hub. It's an investor's paradise. Blockchain has been in the world since 13 years now, but no, this is the first time we're having a company design a one particular hardware, just like you have your Apple, pad or Samsung pad that holds everything about crypto. It has two wallets, soft wallet and a offline wallet that can enable you hold any asset that comes out of the blockchain. So why do you need to look at Zeniq in the first place? So Zeniq is one-stop shop supported indirectly by the UAE government to hold, the global assets via tokenization. The assets of the world, according to World Economic Forum, that are already existing, that are due for tokenization, is worth over 800 trillion as of 2018 when that prediction was done. And so Zeniq was born to capture as much value as possible of that asset class via tokenization. So it is required that a blockchain with the right speed, with the right laws governing it, with the right regulator, and in a government sovereignty that is serious, is born for that purpose. And the UAE and Zeniq answers all of those, scores all of those points 100%. And so you have a Zeniq that has its own decentralized blockchain. Decentralized means not owned by one set of persons, but owned by everybody who is an investor, including me and including you. As far as you bought the hub or a share of the hub, you're part of the decentralized ownership of a brand new blockchain that can do what Ethereum can do what Bitcoin can do. In addition, do tokenization that neither Bitcoin nor Ethereum was designed for. And so it has its own hub. The hub is an investor's heaven. It gives you a chance to host the master node of the entire blockchain in a decentralized manner. And it pays you for doing that by allowing you to mint the Zeniq coin and keep it for over 10 years, every day, for a total of 20 years. The first 10 years is when the majority of the coins will have been minted. And that is ongoing every single day already. Then you have the Zeniq app, which is a decentralized wallet, the first of its kind to have all features in place, better than any app as we speak. This is still November 2022 for reference. And there's no blockchain wallet app in the world today that has enough similar features, exact same features like the Zeniq app as of today, November 2022. Then Zeniq debit card. It's already working in Europe and gradually it will move to every other country. So this then Zeniq card can be funded by your fiat money or funded by your crypto, Zeniq, as backing it. Then we'll have staking. Very soon, those of us who are maintaining the Zeniq coin, we still have opportunity to provide liquidity. Liquidity pool is another form of staking. Some of us are already staking Evino and Co. So it's one-stop shop. Staking is a very big business in the entire blockchain. Then you have the Zeniq swap. Swap is a mini market where you can swap one cryptocurrency for the other. And luckily, our own blockchain has a speed of up to 50,000 transactions per second. Enough for the highest, allowable speed as of today. Other blockchains competing with Zeniq are not able to have the kind of speed we have from inception. I repeat, other blockchains competing with Zeniq are not able to have the kind of speed we have in our own from inception. And that's the reason wrapping is not required. It's a decentralized blockchain that has in mind the ability to absorb other blockchains via its Zeniq smart chain and its Zeniq cross chain. Then you have the Zeniq ecosystem coin. The smartest people in this ecosystem are investors in the hub. So if you're here and you've not gotten a hub, you need to do that quickly in your best interest. And if you have, you still need to have more because you need to take further position. Then you want to do that as soon as possible. Fortune is calling. And how do you sell? You can sell via La Token. That's the name of a centralized exchange in Europe. It's called La Token. You can also sell via PancakeSwap. You can sell via Uniswap as we speak. Bitmart is next. Maybe between now and December, you'll be able to sell also from Bitmart, another centralized exchange. And then certainly between now and April next year, we're going to be launching our own biggest decentralized exchange called Zeniq Exchange. We're told that 3 years down the line after it has been launched, it's projected to be 10 times bigger than Binance and will be among the top 10 exchanges in the world. So let's assume it was launched in 2023, next year. So if you add 3 years together, that's 2026. You see, Binance is making an average of $10 million profit per day today. So if we do times 10 of that, that will be 100 million by the third year of operation. And guess what? That 100 million projected revenue, profit as it were, will be used to buy the Zeniq coin 100% and burn it. That is the algorithm running the blockchain. So we're not going to pay dividend cash, but we're going to use the money we would have paid dividend cash and buy the coin from all these exchanges I've mentioned here and burn them. So what is the effect of that? If you're burning $100 million worth of coin every day, you will agree with me that the coin will soon become scarce, if not scarce already as at that date. And so anybody holding the coin will be holding gold, silver, and oil together, right? So this is because the business of the blockchain includes what Bitcoin can do, like I said earlier, what Ethereum can do, plus tokenization. And tokenization alone is worth over 800 trillion, according to World Economic Forum. And 24 trillion out of that 800 trillion is due to be unwrapped. Is due to be unwrapped in the next 5 years. So where are the blockchains to unwrap it? Those are blockchains that have the right speed, the right laws governing blockchain activity in the country where they are registered, and has a singular regulator to regulate it so that poor people are not cheated, ignorant people are not cheated. The one I know that meets these three criteria 100% today, November 2022, is Zeniq. The other ones meet part of it, but either they don't have laws, is the where they are registered. It's a case of they are neither for, the government is neither for or against, or they have regulator, but the regulator is sharing regulation with either stock market or the fiat banks. So UAE is ahead. They separated the regulator directly for crypto, separate from that for banks, separate from that from the crypto, from the stock market business. And so you can clearly see, again, another threat to crypto is government regulation. So in the UAE, government has finished this regulation. There's a law launched in March 2022, Virtual Assets Law of the UAE. You can Google it and find out for yourself. That law gave birth to a particular regulatory agency specific to regulate crypto-related business, blockchain and crypto-related business. That is the reason Binance moved from China to Dubai, his headquarters. That is the reason FTX and other exchanges, as it were, went there immediately to get licensed. The question you want to ask yourself is, Binance being the biggest centralized exchange in the world, why did he choose Dubai to relocate to? Those of us who do business with crypto, there's a gentleman called Coin Bureau. He runs a YouTube channel called Coin Bureau. His name is Guy, G-U-Y. He's a London and a British citizen. He has been doing the business all the while in London. Earlier this year, not up to 4 months ago, he relocated to UAE. The question you want to ask yourself is, why UAE? Why are the strong men moving towards UAE? The reason I'm already giving you. So Zeniq and Binance want to be remembered for. Binance is centralized exchange, the biggest in the world as we speak. Zeniq want to be remembered as the biggest decentralized exchange, certainly bigger than PancakeSwap, and certainly bigger than Uniswap. Why? Uniswap and PancakeSwap are voice portal projects in their own blockchain. They are not the central project. Why Zeniq wants to be the central project for tokenization, decentralized exchange? The same Zeniq coin will represent the decentralized exchange. The same Zeniq coin will represent the swap. The same Zeniq coin will represent the decentralized blockchain called Zeniq. So you're going to have like it should have been 3 or 4 coins in one. What do I mean by that? PancakeSwap is running on Binance. It has its own price, different from BNB. Ethereum has its own price, different from Uniswap. So what Zeniq says, no, everything we have, we answer Zeniq and to reflect in the coin. So we're having like 3 coins in one. And that's huge for anybody who understands business running on the blockchain. Then what makes it unique? It has its own smart chain, because of which other projects can come to it. It has the lowest price of doing business. If you do exchange within our smart chain, the price is about over 100 times cheaper than Binance, and certainly more times cheaper than Ethereum ERC20. We have our own smart chain. What that means is that projects can be hosted on our blockchain just like Ethereum. And our own blockchain, the charges are cheaper, the speed is higher. And we're new, supported by government indirectly. Which government are we talking about? The ruler of Dubai. The government of the UAE. And how are they doing that? They're doing that indirectly through the son of the ruler of Dubai, the current ruler of Dubai, and certainly the vice president of the UAE. Okay, so that is by way of saying, summarizing the ecosystem, because we needed to do our presentation standing on something that is solid. So if you missed Bitcoin, you missed Ethereum, fortune is calling, gather the experiences, and don't miss Zeniq, because fortune indeed favors those who can see 4 or 5 years in advance and take position today. So Zeniq decided to form another company to take care of tokenization. That company is called Ramzik. The company is called what? Ramzik. So Ramzik board consists of 4 people. I'll be giving you details of that. The same board running Zeniq blockchain, the similar board that is running Ramzik. So I'll give you details shortly. So everything about tokenization will pass through Ramzik. Everything about sales and investor community will remain with Sapphire. So that's the distinction. So Ramzik was registered. You can see the certificate of registration. We're not allowed to record at the Smart Chain Forum, so you can only snap photographs. That was the announcement made. And so Ramzik was registered in DIFC, just like Zeniq. So if you go to DIFC website, you can ask Google DIFC website to take you there. On the top right-hand corner of DIFC website, there's a search button. If you type in Ramzik, you see the certificate of registration, you see the shareholders, you see the directors. So there are 4 foundational shareholders. The son of the ruler of Dubai, the same person who is the foundational shareholder for Zeniq, it's the same person that is also here. You have Erwin, you have Arufai, and you have the CEO, Mr. Wali. I'll be giving you details of that shortly. So Ramzik was born to focus on the 97% of the world population that don't currently know anything about blockchain. I repeat, Ramzik was born to serve the 97% population of the world who don't know anything about blockchain yet, but they have assets. So those assets need to move into the blockchain so that they can come out as tokens. They can be represented as digital tokens. That's the work of Ramzik. So any asset at all, whether tangible or intangible asset, if you want to tokenize it, the person you should be talking to is Ramzik. After that process, then Sapphire will take it over and form a community for you. So the goal is, like I said, to focus on the 97% of people, because statistics has it that only 3% of people have access or knowledge to the blockchain technology. So now, if you want to eat frog as an African, there's a proverb that says, if you want to eat frog, why not eat a big one? So Zeniq realized that, look, we need to form another company, even though the company is still Zeniq because of the same board running it, to focus frontally on tokenization. Why? The UAE national assets have to be tokenized, and by extension, the Gulf region, and that's huge. Driver's license, for example, government files, documents, international passport, all transactions will be held as hash keys. Everything will be documented on the blockchain, so paper will finally die as a means of doing business. So because of that, Ramzik had to have its own white paper in addition to the Zeniq white paper. So that white paper is undergoing, what they call it, auditing at Deloitte. Deloitte is the name of a renowned auditor in the world who audited the Zeniq white paper, the same company that is auditing the Ramzik tokenization white paper. So Zeniq ecosystem has 2 white papers now. The Zeniq white paper for the blockchain, and then we would now have the tokenization white paper by Ramzik for tokenization. So watch out for it. Sooner or later, you'll see it on the internet. Then tokenization, why do we have to do tokenization? It's simple. It provides transparency, because tokenization is like using blockchain to do what the stock market does. What does the stock market do? It brings companies public and then make it necessary for people to buy it as shares. Make it possible for small people who have less than $100 can buy shares, $1 million can buy shares, $10 billion can buy shares, if you have enough. And so those are shares. You still need a stockbroker, you still need a middleman. The blockchain is known for removing middlemen from every transaction. So how it does it here is called tokenization, whereby instead of having shares, you have token. But that has assumed that you passed it through a blockchain. In this case, Zeniq via Ramsey. And so then there's data security. Another reason Ramsey was formed was to give guarantee to third parties, guarantee quote and unquote, to third parties, that their tokens are safe and that the decentralized nature of the Zeniq block is actually so. Because national assets and the government assets will be involved. So data security is one reason tokenization is important. Then savings, it saves cost of doing business, and particularly cost of doing business transactions, because once you have your token, let's assume I have Burj Arab token and you have the Abu Dhabi oil token. If you need to exchange, you need an exchange. We don't need to go to Binance now. We have our own decentralized exchange. And so that exchange has to make sense in terms of the cost of exchange has to be so cheap that everybody's attracted. That's another reason, tokenization is important. And then delivers maximum speed. I think I don't need to speak of this again. We're about the fastest blockchain as at November 2022 on Earth. Some have the same capacity we have, but they've not had the need to unleash it. But from day one, if you call blockchains that from day one have capacity of up to 50,000 transactions per second, from launch of day one, I think Zeniq is the first to hit that milestone. Others have it, not as up to 50,000, but they started upgrading when it's necessary. Then we're also shown the big potentials of the blockchain project at that meeting. The entire blockchain will take care of almost everything on Earth. I won't have time to explain this, but it goes across all sectors of the economy, from smart contract pioneered by Ethereum, to digital currency pioneered by Bitcoin, to securities, and to bookkeeping, including voting. In the future, we'll be voting with our phone, and the votes will be counted by the blockchain. There will be no rigging, therefore. Healthcare, microfinance, remittances, global payments. Already, Western Union and MoneyGram, if you notice, their customership has dropped drastically. That's because blockchain and cryptocurrencies have taken over that business at a lesser cost. Trustees and private banks and all that. So what is this diagram telling us? Get ready. The future is everybody's coming to the blockchain. Facebook, Google, Amazon, all of them, check their recent news. They're all finding their way to the blockchain because that's where the new market is. If you don't shape in, you will shape out. That is to tell you now that Zeniq is properly positioned with the support of the UAE government to capture all the movements that are coming here. So you get ready, buy your hub. That's the only way you can benefit. If you are not tokenizing any assets, at least benefit from the ones that have been tokenized. Then real estate has been tokenized. I think the Zeniq people, they don't like talking. Sorry, 1 minute. The Zeniq people, they don't like talking. They like to do. As in, they like to perform first before they talk. So we'll be hearing about tokenization of real estate, tokenization of real estate. The first one was done in Austria, and the estate was shown us. Just give it a moment. I don't know. It should load shortly. Yeah, this is the first tokenized estate. If you check the name, it's called Andre Schofer in Austria. Remember, the CEO of Zeniq is an Austrian, and this project of Zeniq actually started in Austria before they moved into Dubai. So their first tokenized real estate is this. We're told we'll get more information this weekend at the Global Summit on how we can purchase tokens of this estate. And so negotiations are ongoing on subsequent ones for the UAE government and businesses based on the UAE. Then number two is the movie industry. One movie has been tokenized. It's called Regardless. So you can go online and type in Regardless video. That video has been tokenized. The owner of the video was there at the meeting. And at the, is it premiere they call it, the preview? Is it premiere or preview they call it in the movie industry? Will be done this weekend in Dubai at the Global Summit. So the template for tokenizing video, is here. Details of which will be given this Saturday or this Sunday event in Dubai. And so you can begin to imagine what we can do with Nollywood and other industries that require tokenization in Nigeria. Suleiman Arufai gave a rundown of our app, the Nomo app by Zeniq, and the features. The features are actually mouth-watering. But not all of them are active yet because, they have to take permissions from different sovereignties or different continents. They have to take permission from iOS, and all that. So there are a few things that have been done at the background. And so we have a marketplace for merchandise. We have a swap now running. You have features that will connect it with your Zeniq hub, whether the software hub or the hardware hub. I mean, the meeting and all that, they are connected. Connected with a card, the MasterCard, and several other features. Okay, it also have features to combine it, connect it with MetaMask, the web wallet or MetaMask. Then, of course, I've told you that there's a new listing of Zeniq and Tupan. Tupan MD was there. The new listing of Zeniq and Tupan will be done in Bitmart. Watch out for it between now, maybe this weekend that we're just going for, or by next week. The important thing there is that Tupan will now be relaunched. Remember, Tupan was taken off the market because it needed to migrate from Wave network to Zeniq network. I mean, Zeniq blockchain, I meant to say. And so that should tell you something. I need to talk about Tupan for a while. Tupan won the United Nations bid to protect the environment using the blockchain. So underline the word United Nations. Underline the word bid. It's like going to Olympics, so other people are showcasing their best solution to protecting the Amazon forest. The Amazon forest, according to scientists, contains 10% or more. 10% or more of the oxygen we breathe on Earth comes from the Amazon forest. Please, you might want to note this down. 10% or more of the total oxygen we breathe on Earth comes from the Amazon forest. And so the kind of gas we've been emitting from technological advancement has been threatening the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide. And so UN took it as a project to try and ameliorate it. And then they needed fresh ideas. Tupan won because Tupan was the one who was able to convince the panel that you can use blockchain to solve that problem without polluting the environment more. And so blockchain has assumed that there is a technological device. Most people will be novices. So it was required that it has a regulator to regulate it so that poor people and ignorant people can be protected. Went to Security and Exchange Commission of the United States of America and got regulatory license. And he has put for 67 patents. Patent means rights with which you will administer that enclave called the Amazon forest. And so the blockchain he went to at the time when Zeniq was not ready was Wave, W-A-V-E. And now that Zeniq was alive, they left Wave to come to what? Zeniq. And you are aware there's a double promo going on. If you buy 8 hubs of Tupan, you get 1 Zeniq hub for free. And that Zeniq hub will be minting Zeniq hub for you at the current minting rate for the next 15 years and more. So just imagine that. That's what somebody will dash you for free. How old is the blockchain? About 13 years since Bitcoin was launched. But this free Zeniq hub you are getting as a result of buying 8 of Tupan, we'll be minting Zeniq coin for you for over 15 years from when I speak now. So what will be the price of Zeniq by that time? Your guess is as good as mine. So we're having a business I already know that it will last for 20 years, 30 years from day one. We don't used to have that in many businesses. And that's part of why Tupan came to Zeniq blockchain. So now Tupan wants to hit the market. It is we who have bought the Tupan hub, who are minting the Tupan coin, that will be able to sell if we like the price. The big thing here as an investor is that you should delay a bit so that the price will appreciate before you sell. Then these are some of my colleagues that were at the meeting. We had the opportunity to interact with the big decision makers, including Erwin, the CEO of Zeniq, and one of the directors, Mark, of Sapphire. And so everybody was on the same page. We're all excited at what we've seen, particularly because these people called Zeniq, the programmers, they're about 100 now anyway. Zeniq started with about 50 programmers last year. That number has been doubled to 100 officially. And these guys are so secretive that they believe to finish what they are doing before they announce. The blockchain industry is copy and a lot of copy is taking place. These guys feel that they should finish what they are doing, patent it, before they bring it out. One of the things they are secretly doing right now is the Zeniq Messenger. If you're write that down, Zeniq Messenger. Zeniq Messenger is going to compete with WhatsApp. If you have been to UAE before, you realize that WhatsApp voice call is illegal in the UAE. You can only chat or do voice note. If you want to make calls illegal, you have to use VPN if you want the call to go through. And if you are caught, you pay a fine. That's for a reason. Now, they've now used the Zeniq blockchain to launch a competitor to WhatsApp. And that will be launched this weekend, so stay put. So you're still going to be having this. And that app, it will do voice, everything WhatsApp can do and much more. In fact, WhatsApp and Telegram combined. So that will make the blockchain called Zeniq very popular because it will still answer Zeniq Messenger. So as people download it for free and do what they have to do like WhatsApp, the name of the blockchain will hit the roof. And so acceptability goes ahead before marketing. And so this is the CEO of Ramsey. I had the opportunity to discuss with him what's the difference between Ramsey, why Ramsey, and what have you. So the explanation he gave me is what I've already shared with you. The reason, one of the major reasons Zeniq blockchain was born was for tokenization. So it's important a different entity takes tokenization hands-on. Because if you bring your asset to be tokenized, the name of the asset needs to be known. Somebody needs to be in charge of the name of the token you want the asset to bear, need to be known. What's the quantity? The tokenomics need to be designed. How sure is your home? Where is the government papers and government certification and whatever? So all those are the job of what? Ramsey. Now, once you come into the blockchain, of course, you pay some fees for your tokens to be tokenized and whatever. I mean, for your assets to be tokenized. Then when it comes to marketing or purchase and all the investor community, you now talk about Sapphire. Then when people now want to exchange, well, nobody wants to put their assets in the system that they cannot sell when they want to. Then you come to our decentralized exchange. So we're an ecosystem that everybody will want to be a part of. Why? The cost of doing business is cheaper. Otherwise, nobody will come anyway. The cost of transacting, exchanging coins and all that to be cheaper than PancakeSwap, cheaper than Uniswap, cheaper than Binance as we speak. In fact, cheaper than Binance by over 100 times as we speak. So these are not mere statements. They gave us graphs. Part of those graphs were shared at the next level event in September last 2 months, September 13th, if you remember, and so on. And so I had the opportunity again to discuss with the chief legal officer of the Zeniq blockchain, Pedro Cieza of Spain. This guy has 25 years law experience and he's the head of his own chamber. So I asked him, what are the challenges that Zeniq might face legally and all that? Particularly since they started in Austria and some already had before they decided to rebrand and register themselves in Zeniq in the UAE. He said nothing. Those people are crying over spilled milk. They had the opportunity to still be with Zeniq and still join the UAE bandwagon, but they goofed. They thought Zeniq would not survive ahead of them. And so now there is like a pity party. You only try to attack, make noise, when what you left is doing better than you left it. So in a nutshell, they say they have no case, those guys, and they're waiting for them. Anytime they hear from them, they will respond to them. So that gave me a lot of confidence because, if you were here when I was introduced, the team I lead has already drawn 1 million euro. And that was testing. We needed to have this confidence so that we can go back, work more, and do more. From what I saw at the event, honestly, I'm happy that I met this business when I did. There are certain things that happens in a man's life. You don't understand the hidden connections. I've been an investor for 12 years. I've been a business leader for that long. Somehow I did not know I have talents to put people together to push a worthy cause. But when I look back at the features of this blockchain and what I've done before, particularly recommendation marketing and the features of the blockchain, some of which I've explained to you, I find out that I've not done anything that will give me the kind of residual income Zeniq will give me up till date. Why do I say so? Right now, the coin is less than $1. Check PancakeSwap, check Uniswap, check Aeron, their prices, even as the market is down. None is less than $5, none is less than $10, or between $5 and $10. Aeron, for example, is over $40 already. But Aeron ecosystem is not as solid as Zeniq ecosystem. The only difference is that Aeron is older. Solana, has been having its own challenges because it's not sufficiently decentralized. Here we have all those things fixed. And even Solana and Aeron, none of them have government backing. There's no law in Romania. There's no law in Switzerland, European Union right now that is totally in support of the blockchain. They are still in the process of, bringing the laws out, including the United States of America, with due respect, and so on. And so, clearly, government is a factor on whether your project will do well or get frustrated. So here we have everything in place. that is for me a very big deal because I was able to confirm clearly that yes, really, the son of the ruler of Dubai is directly behind this project on behalf, I repeat, on behalf of the entire royal family of the Dubai dynasty. Why do we need to emphasize this? Sapphire has been given its head office at 147th floor of the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. You and I know that Burj Khalifa is like the signature of the United Arab Emirates. You cannot just stroll in there that you want accommodation and you be accommodated. There are processes to follow. And for Sapphire to be given that floor, they are the first to use it since that building was enacted or built in the city of Dubai. It says volume. And for the same son of the ruler of Dubai to be involved as foundational shareholder and partner again for Ramsey, I repeat, again for Ramsey, that's fortune calling. Those coincidences are deliberate, to say the least. They are deliberate because the United Arab Emirates, they want to use blockchain to show the world another level of Burj Khalifa, another level of #1 in the world. So me personally and my research team, we are convinced that Zeniq in the next 5 years will be among the top 10 cryptocurrency projects in the world. If not the top 5, certainly among the top 10, without argument, both in terms of features, in terms of share price, market price, and in terms of legality, and in terms of having more than enough money than they need to execute the project, whether we buy the hub or not. This last point is very important. And luckily, it is also totally decentralized from day one. For your information, about 200,000 hubs are already in the hands of people minting it already. I'm not talking about those who bought shares. I'm talking about those who bought full hubs. So how many blockchains do you know that the nodes are held by 200,000 people within the first 2 years of operation in different continents? So ZenCon is moved to Dubai. It will take place in the city of Brazil, the capital of Brazil, next year. One of the reasons that was done was to favor Tupac, because Tupac is bringing a lot of credibility to the Zeniq blockchain. And Brazil, of course, has a population of about 200 million people up to, and has a mobile and upward moving young men who are enthusiastic about the blockchain. So get ready. If you know anybody who benefit from blockchain or Zeniq as a programmer, that's a programmer's business. That day, it is be an annual event. The first one was done in Mexico earlier this year. So next year we're going to Brazil. So that's it basically. I took opportunity to snap pictures because I'm getting prouder and prouder by the day of this ecosystem called what? Zeniq. So that was the update. My name is Lorenzo Enebeli. Friends and associates call me Lorenzo and Lorenzo the Great. So I gladly answer all of those names. I've done 12 years as an investor and a business team builder. The last 1 year, the team I lead was able to put together over €1 million in support of the Zeniq blockchain ecosystem, because of which I'm called a diamond manager. So thank you for listening to us. I hope this helped. If there's any questions, I'll be able to answer. I want to also thank Ambassador Light for putting this together. And thanks for meeting all of you in this forum. All right, thank you. And over to you, Ambassador Light.
Wow. I think that's a very detailed explanation on what we are, what we represent, and what has been happening. So, Lorenzo, just hold on a little bit. I will stop the recording then. We'll just see some people raising up their hands.